So it's a weird thing towards the tail end of prep where you are experiencing just the daily rituals of, train, meal, work, whatever you got to do. Boom, 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 boom. And it's, for me at least, robotic, which is what makes consistency. And when you have like the goal in mind or the date in mind, that's the focal point, and it's easy to kind of get just tunnel vision. And I guess that's the point of this vlog, or yeah, this talk, is how easily it is to get tunnel vision and just focused on that, and then let everything else just become, you're apathetic about it. And so I don't know how often people talk about it, because I do hear other competitors, especially more recently, talking about that experience. So one of the things that you, or like, that I do, I guess, is try and force myself into situations where you're a little bit more social, but then also communicating that with the people around you, that and asking for check-ins, right? So letting people know it's like, hey, like, I'm fading really fast. Like, I can't mentally like keep up right now with a conversation, or I can't really give input, or whatever it is. Just, I think, instead of keeping those feelings in and not letting them out and communicating with the people around you, um, it just causes more stress, and then you isolate yourself, and you don't have a good experience. And so I'm bringing this up again because, like, last night we went out with friends, and it was a great time, right? But uh, it's out of the ordinary, right? Usually don't go out very often in general, but certainly not during prep. But friends invited us over, and we're trying to, both of us are usually homebodies, um, and so we went over, had a great time, and then, kind of towards when my bedtime started getting uh, approaching, and then I was like, oh, like, started, just got up and started getting ready. And I don't know how it comes off to other people. And so, this morning I just sent a text, say, hey, I'm sorry, kind of rushed out of there towards the end, but I was fading really fast. And I could have done that last night. I just felt awkward um, communicating that. But it's a skill that I'm getting better at as I get further on in my competing um, career journey, right? And so that's another thing I think beginning competitors will eventually learn if they're not a social person, which I think, like, a lot of bodybuilders tend to be a little bit more introverted or introspective in general. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not sure. You guys let me know. But yeah, and that's the point of my ramblings today, is learning how to avoid a tunnel vision, isolating yourself, and putting yourself in situations where you are forced to grow as a person, whether that's the opposite, right? Maybe you're like super social, and I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing, but maybe learning to take a little bit of stock on how you're feeling, right? And then, you know, instead of just using external stimuli to blanket that. And I don't know, I'm not an extrovert, so I don't know, that's just my assumption. But I know for me, it's really easy to just get in my head and then not communicate, and then just like create this own little world, where, you know, you think you're being normal, but everyone else is like, oh man, like, they isolated themselves, or like they're just like really grumpy, or whatever it is. When that's, generally not the case. It's just like, you're locked in, you're a robot at this point. But that this stage of prep, that piece is probably the hardest for myself. The diet, all of those other things at this point, uh, don't really Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, and I'm fatigued as hell. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, no, like, I feel like fantastic. Hell no. It's a refeed day and I'm still dragging ass. Like, I have I don't know, like 800 more calories. I had almost as many calories as I have in half my day before noon today. And I'm still tired. So that's just the symptoms of low body fat, right? That's just what you got to deal with. So, anyway, that was a lot. And hopefully that helps and hopefully that made sense. But let me know what you think. And if you resonate with any of it, I'd love some comments to, let me know that you feel the same way. Or maybe I am the only one and, my experience is mine. So I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take it easy.